Okay. Hello all. Today as a continuation of our polynomial B or polynomial class 10th chapter, today we will be discussing between the relations of 0 and the coefficients of cubic polynomial. In my previous video, we have discussed the relation between the zeros and coefficient of a quadratic polynomial, and today we'll be discussing about cubic polynomial. So first of all, what is a cubic polynomial? A cubic polynomial is a polynomial whose degree is 3. Degree is 3 means highest power of the variable is 3. So let alpha, beta and gamma, there will be 3 roots or 3 zeros in this case. So alpha, beta and gamma, let those be the roots of the cubic polynomial whose general form is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay, so suppose 3 roots are there. Then the sum of root, that means alpha plus beta plus gamma, that will be equal to minus b by a, as it was in the case of quadratic polynomial. Now, the product of the root, that means alpha into beta into gamma, that will be equal to minus constant term upon coefficient of x cube. This is a new thing which is equal to minus d by a. Why it's a new thing? Because in quadratic polynomial, d coefficient is not there. Okay. Now third one, sum of product of 0. That means alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma. Suppose these are the three combinations. If we take the three roots in this combination of 2, it will be equal to c by a. So these three things are the relation. I'm not going into very much detail because you only have to learn it. The concept behind it and the understanding part I have discussed earlier. Okay, now let us take one question. This question is from NCERT optional exercise 2.1. First question, second part. Why from the optional exercise I am taking? Because no other cubic polynomial question is there. That's why I had to take it from the our optional exercise. So what is the question? Question is verify the number given alongside are zeros of cubic polynomial and also verify the relation between the zeros and coefficient. That means you have to check two things. First, you have to check whether they are the zero, and second, relation you have to verify. So that cubic polynomial which is given to us in the question is x cube minus 4x square plus 5x minus 2. And the given roots are 2, 1 and 1. So if 2, 1, 1 are the roots and you have to verify that they are the roots and zeros of this polynomial, you simply have to substitute in place of x, and you will, if you are getting 0, it will be a 0. Okay, that means if p2, if I am substituting 2 in place of x and if I am getting 0, it will be a 0 of the polynomial. So as you can see, p2, the value is coming 0. So it is a polynomial. P1 also, if I am substituting, you can see a value I am getting 0. So we have verified that 2, 1 and 1 are the zeros of the polynomial. Why? Again, we have not done for the third one because it is 1 only. Again, we will get the same answer 0. So only for two values you have to verify. If third value was different, then third value hum log rakh ke we would have verified it. Okay. Now sum of 0 alpha plus beta plus gamma. This we have seen in our previous slide that it is equal to minus b by a. So from left hand side, if I'm adding the three zeros, 2 plus 1 plus 1, we are getting 4. And on right hand side by formula, if I'm substituting minus b by a, it will come minus into minus 4 by a, which is also 4. So left hand side, right hand side, both are coming equal as 4. Now product of 0, alpha into beta into gamma, as we have seen in our previous slide, is minus d by a. Now left hand side, I will manually multiply the three zeros, and on right hand side by formula I will substitute. So manually multiplying the 3 0, that means 2 into 1 into 1, you will get 2. And on right hand side from formula minus d upon a, you are getting minus into minus 2, that means 2. So left hand side, right hand side, both you are getting 2. So product of 0 is verified. Now the third one, a new combination which we have studied for cubic polynomial, sum of product of 0, that means alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma. This is equal to c by a. So left hand side I will add and multiply in the order as I have written. That means 2 into 1, then plus 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1. That means making combination of 2, multiplying and then adding. And on right hand side from the formula c by a. So as you can see, in both the cases I am getting 5 as left hand side and right hand side, both I am getting 5. So we have successfully verified the sum of, the relation between the zeros and coefficient of a cubic polynomial. This was a cubic polynomial question. Okay. Now one thing is more, which is there in the third exercise of this chapter. Division algorithm for polynomial. Division algorithm. What is meaning of division algorithm? We have studied in the first chapter of our class. Division algorithm states that given any polynomial px and any non-zero polynomial gx, there are polynomial qx and rx such that, I will make you understand it in simple terms afterwards. First you just see px is equal to gx plus rx. Okay, where rx is equal to 0, or it can be 0 rx or degree of rx plus degree of gx. If you compare, degree of gx will always be greater than degree of rx. Now what is the meaning here? Meaning is that this simply states that what we have discussed, it only states that which we know from earlier. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, so this is a universal truth. We know that in small classes also we have studied for numbers. So this holds true for polynomial also. That means if you divide any polynomial by a different polynomial, you will get one quotient, you will get one remainder, and quotient into divisor plus remainder will give you the dividend, which you have studied in the class chapter 1. Now one question also let us discuss here, so that this division algorithm for polynomial becomes clear. For a cubic polynomial px, that value of px is x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3. One of its 0 is 1. Means one 0 is given in the question as 1. Find the other 0. Okay. This is exactly not a question. It is from the NCERT book, page number 33. It is solved there. I have written it just to make you understand the division algorithm concept. So now, if 1 0 is given as 1, then by factor theorem we know that x minus 1 will be a factor. Okay, x minus 1 will be a factor of px. So if I divide px by x minus 1, we will get the other factor. Okay, we will get the other factor. Means suppose one number is there 15 and its two factors are 3 and 5. So if you divide 15 by any of its factor, you will get the second factor. 15 if we divide by 3, you will get the second factor, which is 5. So same concept, division algorithm concept, we are applying in for polynomial. Okay, so px I am dividing by x minus 1. This division you are studying from class 8th. First term you have to first compare. So x square will come. So x square will be first term of our quotient. So x square, now second term will multiply and keep on dividing. So you will get x square minus 2x minus 3. I am not dwelling upon the details of division because this is an old concept you have studied earlier. From 8th class we are studying that how to divide. In 9th class also it was there. So on dividing I am getting x square minus 2x minus 3. So what does this mean? This means that what the polynomial which was given to us, x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3, two of its factor are, one factor was x minus 1. Now second factor, whatever is the quotient, that will be the second factor. So the second factor will be x square minus 2x minus 3. Okay. Now this x square minus 2x minus 3 further can be factorized. And if you factorize it by splitting the middle term, you will get x plus 1 and x minus 3. So three factors are x minus 1, x plus 1 and x minus 3. Okay, these are the three factors. Now what are the three zeros? The three zeros will be, you will reverse the sign of the second term. That means x minus 1 is there. So from there, applying factor theorem, 1 will be a 0. Now x plus 1 is a factor, so minus 1 will be its 0. And x minus 3 is a factor, so plus 3 will be 0. So three zeros we have got of the polynomial. That is, first 0 is plus 1, second 0 is minus 1, and third 0 is plus 3. Now one small thing is remaining, which was given in exercise 2.1 exercise, and the explanation before it was given. I have skipped that part and directly I have come to the important part of the chapter, but I think I should cover it because objective question or 1 marks question can come from this exercise or this explanation. Now, let me tell you one thing. You have studied the plotting of a linear equation last year. So, linear equation, if I remove the RHS and I just take the left hand side of that equation, it becomes a linear polynomial. Okay, so linear equation plotting was always a straight line, right? So linear polynomial will always be a straight line. If you plot a linear polynomial, as you can see on your screen, y is equal to x plus 2 I have taken, and its means representation is a straight line. Now what I mean to say here, or what my intention is to explain here, that whatever is the degree of the polynomial, that many zeros it is having. Okay, that many zeros you are having. And one more thing, the degree of the polynomial will be equal to the number of times a graph is cutting the x-axis. Okay, so as you can see in this graph, y is equal to x plus 2, it is cutting the x-axis at 2. Okay, so it will have only 1 0, that will be equal to 2 only. Okay, now it will become more clear. See on in the next graph which is there, this is the graph of x plus 1. It is also a linear polynomial. So x plus 1, if you plot, you will get a straight line because it's a linear polynomial, and it is cutting the x-axis at -1. Okay, so zeros, how many zero of this polynomial is there? 1 0. Okay, because it's cutting the x-axis at 1 point, and then that 1 point is -1. Now few more example. Now next example which you can see on your screen, it is of a quadratic polynomial. It is of a quadratic polynomial. Now as you can see in the graph, it is cutting the x-axis at 2 point. One point it is cutting at -2, 0, and a second point it is cutting at 5, 0. So if the y value you remove, 2 zeros you will get. One will be -2 and second one will be 5. Why? Because it is cutting the x-axis at 2 point. Similarly, for this cubic polynomial, now next example as you can see on screen is a cubic polynomial. This cubic polynomial, it is cutting the x-axis as 3 point, -3, 2 and 5. Okay, so these 3 will be the 0. Okay, these 3 will be the 0 of this cubic polynomial. Next, I have compiled all type of degrees and equation and functions, and you can see the representation. First one, it is of a constant term, means it is not having any degree, or degree is 0, so it is not touching the x-axis. Second one, you can see it's a linear function or linear polynomial. Degree is 1, so it is cutting the x-axis at 1. Third one, you can see degree is 2, so it is cutting the x-axis at 2 point. Next one, it's a cubic function or cubic polynomial, so it is cutting the x-axis at 3 point. Same way for 4 and same way for 5. What I mean to say is that how much will be the degree, that many or that many zeros will be there. Okay, that many zeros will be there, and at that many point that graph will cut the x-axis. One question I have taken from NCERT exercise 2.1 to make you understand. Same concept. See, first case, you have to tell ki how many zeros are there of the graph or of the polynomial. So it is not cutting the x-axis, first one. So it is not having any zero and degree is 0. Next one, it is cutting x-axis at 1 point, so its degree will be 1. Third one, it is cutting the x-axis at how many point? 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. 1 on the negative side, 2 on the right hand side or the positive side in the first quadrant. So its degree will be 3. Fourth question, how much will be its degree? Its degree will be 2 because it is cutting the x-axis at 2 point on the negative side. Fifth one, count how many times it is cutting the x-axis. 1, 2 times on the negative side, and 1, 2 on the positive side. So its degree will be 4. And the last question, you just see 1, 2, 3. 3 times it is cutting the x-axis. So its degree will be 3. So how many times a graph is cutting the x-axis? That many zeros will be there. Zeros can be less also, as we have seen in the one question, that 1 has come 2 times, so 2 times it will not cut the graph. That much will be its degree. Okay, how many times a graph is cutting the x-axis, that much will be the degree of the polynomial. Now this would be it, and now I am signing off, and we will discuss important CBSE and board level questions and ICSE questions also, based on the concepts taught in this video later in our next video. Okay, so this chapter will be complete in our next video. I hope you have understood the concepts today which I have taught. Thank you, have a good day and stay safe.